It's beautiful weather today, so I decided to have a look around in my backyard. Well, it's not my backyard, but it feels like it's my backyard. And see what is happening here. Well, there's nothing happening here. It's quiet. You hear some birds. You can almost hear the trees grow. And I'm sure that in the season there will be lots of berries here to pick. But it's also known for many mosquitoes, so we have to see. We have to wait and see that. So I'm walking back home now. I'll show you the route. There's still some snow left in the shade, mostly, and it's tricky because it's very compact, so it's very slippery too. It's almost ice. And here you see one of these giant rocks. I can show you how big it is. This is how big it is. There's even bigger ones lying around here. I will show you another one. But, it's everywhere in the forest you find these big rocks. Later on this summer, when it gets a bit easier to walk around, I will try and find a way through the forest to the seaside. I can't find any on the map, but these paths are not on the map anyhow, so you can maybe see it a bit with Google Earth. You can see some open space, but it's very hard to tell if it's somewhere you could walk. As you can see, there's still snow left here, and not going very fast because it's slippery, it's muddy, it's wet, and I think this is all new trees. That's what they do here. They cut them, plant new, and then they cut them again 40 or 50 years later. As you can see, they're on top of the hill. This is a hill about 50 meters high, I think. And there on top of the hill, there's much more rocks. They sort of are exposed to the weather, and the ground is blown away by the wind, I guess. It's very quiet, very peaceful. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here. And it's very close to my house, actually. There I have to put the camera off because there's a lot of water that I have to avoid, that I have to go around. But hey, here seems to be a little path. Let's check that out. Some animal shit there too, so. You see all these giant rocks here. It's incredible. Try to imagine that during the last ice age, when the glaciers melted down and the ice was moving, it was moving these rocks, these size rocks, all the way over Europe. Actually, you can find them back in the Netherlands, where some prehistoric people built monuments with them. Most of them were destroyed later to make gravel, but they rolled all the way there with the ice. It's hard to imagine what force that needs and what force comes with a glacier that is cracking down. What is also very beautiful is all the different moss species that grow on these rocks. You can see different colors. Now it's light green, but there's dark green moss too. And in the summer you see all the... Hey, there's the first butterfly. Wow. So the insect world is coming alive again. And yeah, I'm on the hill now. I don't know if I want to go to the top. The butterfly likes me because it stays in my area. Oh, what a beauty. I have to look it up what it is. Here you see a different, more green moss. I could make a video about all the different mosses actually, but that would be boring. And you can see spring is really kicking in now. There's already tiny little leaves on the tree. And that will go very fast now because we have so much sunlight. I think we have 19 hours of sunlight now. If there's no clouds, but 19 hours of daylight, I should say. So, and there's hardly any dark night anymore. It's sort of a twilight in between. So that makes everything grow faster. Even the baby moose that are born in spring grow like hell. So they become big animals before the winter starts again. That's an incredible thing, how nature adapts to this subarctic climate. There's some sort of hut there. It doesn't seem to be a hunting hut, but more like a spotter's hut. I don't know. There's windows in it, so you can't shoot from the inside out. I don't know what it is. There's even a little curtain in front of it. Well, it's hard to tell what is the purpose of this thing other than a lookout. There's some ropes inside. Almost looks like like somebody wanted to hang himself here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Let's see if the camera can look inside. I can't. Probably too much reflection on the windows. This one is so big. Actually, it should have a name. It's enormous. You can see on the length of the shadow that the sun is low. The sun is always low here. It's always in your face. That's because we're around the Arctic Circle. Oh, apparently people drop their garden shit here. Well, it's good to know. Maybe I can drop some shit here too. It's very deep. I don't know. Yeah, it's the shade of the trees here from both sides, so it's just a little time in the day that the sunlight hits it. There's my barbecue. I would like to have it covered and accessible in the winter, so I can barbecue. We'll have a longer season. I barbecued here in earlier years in the winter in this area. It's minus 15 and you make a fire and it's very doable. It's just if there's a meter of snow, it's a bit tricky, so that's why I need a roof above it, and that's why I need it close to the terrace. And I need a roof above the terrace because the snow comes from the roof, as it did this winter, and is then blocking the door. And that's very heavy snow to remove. See, here's some remains of the snow that came off the garage roof, and it takes a long while before it's gone. So here's my garden tractor. It's a very nice little machine, very strong. It's full drive, so you can do all the gardening. You can mow. You can use equipment behind it to spread some fertilizer or some seeds. Also to open up the ground. There's knives under it, as you can see. Then I have a sweeper to sweep up the leaves and all the loose grass. Here is the sweeper. Already been used. There's still a part that I have to do, but that was too snowy and too wet. And then in the winter I can put a shovel in front of it and use it. Plow the snow with it. Then I have another machine, which is the snow plow. I have to clean it up for the summer and get all the fuel out. Still have to do that. So it will be ready for the next winter. It's still a mess here, as you can see. There's all the moving boxes and all the things that I didn't have time for or didn't have the energy for to clean it up. Then here's my bicycle. I already did some about let's say about 100 kilometers on it since I'm here, since the snow started to melt, and I'm planning to do a lot in the summer. You might wonder why I have the slide there. Well, I have 2 grandchildren and I hope they come and play here a lot in the summer, so I'll probably buy some more stuff and make it a little playground. The snowplow was my first big purchase when I arrived here in December. And then as soon as I could, but I had to wait for registration here. I bought a car, a nice Kia that brings me everywhere. Also all-wheel drive, so I can go terrain and everything. And as you can see, I already removed a lot of shit here. I have to wait till this last snow is gone and it's not wet anymore, then I'm gonna do this too. But here I did. There's a lot of moss, not much grass. So you might think this is very remote. This is about 10 kilometers to the nearest town. Well, actually it's 7, but it depends where you want to go in that town. But of course we got a glass fiber internet here, like everywhere in Sweden. So there's a little playing thing for the kids, but I need to put fresh sand in it. Here's one of these giant rocks in my garden. I have to figure out what actually is my terrain and what is the neighbors. It's very hard to figure that out. But there's a dead tree there, totally dead. And if it would come down the wrong way, it will be on my house. And so it needs to be cut, but I'm pretty sure it's not mine to cut. The house originates from 1935, and the extension was built in 2011, I think. So it's a very old house. Of course, they replaced the wood over the years, and they replaced the roof over the years. But it's still an old house. You can see there's an old septic tank there. And then there is my sauna. Bastu, they call it here. And there's a fireplace. And there's a fireplace too.